Good day, viewers. Welcome to another edition of the Daily Strange Stories. I'm John Brown. Our lead story for today. Officials struggle to prove it wasn't foul play. How EMS found 5 dead bodies in Hennops River after 3 police officers went missing for 6 days. The Hennops River, a seemingly ordinary waterway in Centurion, Tshwane, became the stage for a grim discovery that would leave a nation reeling and spark a wave of unanswered questions. What began as a routine call for emergency medical services transformed into a complex investigation, revealing a tragedy that claimed the lives of 3 police officers and 2 other individuals. This is the story of how 5 bodies were found in the Hennops River, a case shrouded in mystery and suspicion. The narrative unfolds on a Monday morning, when Gauteng EMS personnel received a call about a body spotted along the banks of the Hennops River. The EMS team, accustomed to performing recoveries, responded to the scene, unaware that they were about to become key players in a case that would capture national attention. Upon arrival, they discovered a submerged vehicle and recovered the body of a general worker from the Littleton police station. The team believed they had simply responded to a tragic accident. However, their day was far from over. Shortly after the initial recovery, another call came in, reporting a body seen on the riverbank. The EMS team returned to the Hennops River, this time joined by rescue workers from the South African Police Service and the city of Tshwane. Aubrey Liwete, a member of the Gauteng EMS team, later recounted the events of that day. After retrieving the second body around midday, they handed it over to the police, still unaware of its significance. It was only later that they learned the deceased was Constable Linda Cebekhulu, one of 3 police officers who had gone missing days earlier, along with his girlfriend, Constable Boipelo Senoge, and Constable Keamogetswe Buys. The realization that they had recovered one of the missing officers intensified the search. Liwete explained that the team immediately recognized the urgency of the situation, understanding that if one officer was found, the other 2 might still be in the water. The discovery ignited a flurry of questions from the public, questions that the EMS team could only attempt to answer. The search continued, and later that same day, the team found the body of Constable Senoge. Liwete recalled a detail that stuck with him: she was wearing a pink watch. The following day, the search teams recovered the body of Constable Buys. The discovery of the 3 constables sparked a wave of grief and speculation across the country. The VW Polo the 3 officers were traveling in was eventually recovered from the river. Liwete expressed a sense of relief, stating that finding the officers one by one felt like a significant accomplishment. He noted the emotional toll the case had taken, with families grieving and the nation demanding answers. He said that he had to remind himself of the importance of their work, knowing that they had brought closure to the families, allowing them to bury their loved ones with dignity. Adding another layer of complexity to the case, search and rescue teams found a 5th body in the river that same week. Police believed this individual had been in the water for approximately 2 weeks, unrelated to the case of the missing officers. For Ernest Motswai, another member of the EMS team, the most important aspect of the operation was providing closure to the families. He emphasized the anguish of not knowing the fate of a missing loved one, highlighting the importance of their work in bringing answers to those left behind. Thabang Mpiwe, also part of the EMS team, described the challenges faced during the search. The strong current in the Hennops River posed a significant obstacle. However, the team managed to cut through strainers in the river with chainsaws, which helped to move debris and lower the water level. This allowed them to return to what they believed was the point of entry for the officer's vehicle, where they were eventually able to locate it. The 3 EMS personnel emphasized that their rescue missions extend beyond water-related incidents. They are trained to respond to collapsed buildings, vehicle accidents, and situations where individuals are stranded on mountains. They undergo weekly training, and their vehicles are equipped with a wide range of tools, including equipment for swift water rescues, rope rescues, light motor vehicle rescues, and diving gear. Liwete stated that their vehicles are equipped to handle various types of calls, ensuring they don't have to wait for additional equipment to arrive. The Gauteng EMS team has been involved in other major water-related recoveries, including the devastating floods in Durban in 2023 and floods in Malawi and Mozambique. They also recalled a particularly gruesome case involving a body that had been dismembered, placed in a refrigerator, and dumped in a dam in Tshwane. Lewete described the discovery of the victim's head wrapped with bricks. He emphasized that each case is unique and requires a different approach. He noted that the Hennops River case, involving just 3 members of the Gauteng EMS team, had taken an emotional toll. He said that he often has to put himself in the family's shoes to cope with the gravity of the situation. The discovery of the 3 constables in the Hennops River prompted a high-level response. Police Deputy Minister Boipelo attended the funerals of the officers, offering condolences to the families. Before the bodies were found, the officers' CSR tracker signal was last detected near Shell Ultra City in Midrand. It was also in this vicinity that all 3 officers' phone signals were lost. At the time of their disappearance, they were being deployed to Limpopo as part of Operation Vala Umgodi, an initiative to combat illegal mining. Addressing speculation surrounding the circumstances of their deaths, Deputy Police Minister Boipelo dismissed rumors that the officers were targeted by illegal mining mafias. She stated that the SAPS takes care of its members and would not send them into dangerous situations without proper protection. The official ruling was that the officers' deaths were the result of an accident. National Police Commissioner Hennops River addressed mourners at a memorial service in Bloemfontein, offering support to the families of Constables Senoge, Cebekhulu, and Buys. He stated that a full accident reconstruction was underway to determine what went wrong. Masemola explained that the vehicle accident unit of the SAPS and forensic experts, including engineers, would examine the vehicle to determine the cause of the accident. He said that a reconstruction of the crash scene would be a crucial part of the inquiry. The family of Constable Cebekhulu Linda expressed their grief and disbelief at his funeral. His cousin, Angela Linda, said she was struggling to come to terms with his death, describing the difficulty of facing a world without him. She remembered him as a dedicated and driven individual, someone who always achieved what he set his mind to. Constable Cebekhulu Linda's father, Mr. Sipho Linda, voiced the family's lingering questions and grief. He spoke of the surreal feeling of preparing to bury his child, hoping it was just a bad dream. He acknowledged the conflicting reports surrounding the incident, noting the initial suggestions of hijacking or kidnapping before it was declared an accident. While the family believes it was an accident, they are seeking clarity on what led to it. Mr. Linda questioned why his son, known for being a careful driver, was driving on the far left side of the road. He also wondered about reports of the car capsizing before entering the river and whether anyone witnessed the event. He said that the family would grieve and then await a full report from the police. Police Minister Senzo Mthunu paid tribute to Constable Boipelo Senoge, emphasizing the tragic loss of life. A joint memorial service was held in Bloemfontein in honor of the 3 officers. However, the official version of events has been met with skepticism. Some find it hard to believe that the vehicle could have ended up in the river without leaving any visible impact on the barrier or bridge. Questions have also been raised about the lack of witnesses, despite the presence of a 24-hour fuel station and frequent patrols in the area. These inconsistencies have fueled speculation that something more sinister may have occurred, with some suggesting the car was deliberately dumped in the river to mislead investigators. In response to the concerns and unanswered questions, National Police Commissioner General Hennops River demanded a thorough investigation to unearth what led to the police officers' deaths. He assured the public that a thorough investigation was underway. Thank you for watching this news video. We'd love to hear what you think about this story, so please leave your comments below. We read them all and appreciate your insights. Join us again in our next strange story. Until then, goodbye.